this. Whoa. All right, so some of you guys in the group asked about that VWAP. That yellow line is what the VWAP is, and that's the volume weighted average price. It's the average price people have been paying for AMC today. Looking like a good time to sell some calls here. I'm selling $60 calls that expired today right now for $230 off of my $45 calls that expired today. So my 45s are in the money. I prefer something deeper in the money. I might actually start selling those 45s to buy some that expire next week instead and consolidating it next week. But I wanted to ride a little bit of this morning's fun. See how it's bouncing off the VWAP there? That's what we need. We need to go over that yellow line and hold. We need it to like crank over that yellow line and hold for it to be considered seriously sweet if I just spoke that into existence right now. Man, what? Look at this bad baby though. Whew. See, it's over it. That's a good sign. I'm starting to feel a little bullish. If it really rips over it, then I'm really bullish. Come on, rip, motherfucker. But see that blue line, that's the moving average, and that's what the moving average is like a magnet for it. It always wants to pull back to the moving average. So as it starts cranking up here, you can count on it coming down a little bit to that moving average, and then the candles will pull the moving average with it as they go. Here comes some volume. That looks good. That tape looks perfect right now. It's beautiful. Love a nice green tape. Needing some resistance at 52. Like this is where I said it needs to break and hold. See how it's just coming over the VWAP now. So I would not be a seller or a buyer here. I'd be a holder and a watcher here. Jeff, if you're there, let me know. It looks like your mic's off. If you got any questions or anything. If not, I'm gonna maybe share this with the larger group. We call it like a pit boss sneak peek or something.
Yeah, share away, dude. I'm just watching. Are you using a 5 or 15-minute candles on that chart? Because that doesn't look like the chart I got for AMC.
This is the 1 minute chart. What are you looking at? What
I had I was searching, I was trying to zoom in and see what the fuck you got going on, but it looks better. The 1 minute looks pretty close, pretty similar.
Yeah. What software are you using?
We're on Webull right now.
This is Webull. But yeah, you see how it's kind of converging in between the VWAP and the moving average there. When those come together, that's when you're really looking for a breakout in either direction. So you're just kind of watching, holding, but then when it breaks, that's your confirmation. That's when you can buy quick, especially if you're trying to day trade it in and out.
Okay. Now, if it breaks to the downside, you
same thing. That would be your call to get out.
Okay.
If that's what you were playing. Some people, I mean, if you're just playing like some more long term, you can just hold it. You can do what you want. But for a day trade, if this broke down below support, so below like 49, I'm definitely getting out. But the way I'm doing it is I'm buying and selling the short calls all day long. So I'm just like constantly scalping for profits here.
Okay.
I can't believe that beating SoFi is taking today. That's crazy.
Whew. Yeah, that's my beating right now too.
And so you see down here, you see this line. This is your RSI, and you see how it's below 30. That means it's super oversold. That typically means that it's not real sellers there, and it's just short sellers pushing the price down.
Okay, let me go to SoFi again. Yeah. Fuck, that's 15, 14, 6. Jesus Christ.
That's good buying area here. Actually, the calls that I bought the 2250s for $90 and they haven't moved it. I bought them at like 21. So I like those calls that don't move much on downward momentum there. So here we go. See, we're right at VWAP now. This is like crucial right now. If this thing could break to 60, man, I'd be golden.
I think so. What do you think we got to do for SoFi right now? Just get the fuck away from it?
Yeah, I would load, honestly. The problem with it is that the company with the new shares with the merger, it gave more shares to the shorts available to short. So that's all that's going on right now. I wouldn't worry too much though.
Let me see what I've got. One expiring today. The other ones are expiring next week, and then the week after that.
Oh yeah, I would just what I would do right now is I would watch this pullback and I would get in on the 18s. Or what strike do you have on the 18th expiration?
618. What the fuck is that? I got it at an average cost per share of $1.75.
What's the strike though?
$20.
Oh yeah, I would add to that soon, if not now. This thing is super oversold. It's going to bounce hard here in a second. They might even be doing this because they're getting ready to cover, which is the best. AMC looks like it's about to crank, holding over the VWAP.
So you like the 1 minute chart when you're doing daily shit?
Yeah, it's 1 in 5. That's pretty much all I use for like entry points.
Okay.
Exit points for like broad, for like thinking about even getting into plays, I would be looking at the daily chart. So you see, this is a good daily chart right here. Looks like it might have some downward pressure too. You know, it's looking like it could consolidate in the 50 area, which is why I got so mad with all these idiots talking about, oh, AMC going to $100,000. Like, who the fuck is going to buy one share of AMC for $100,000?
Right.
They'd be the biggest company in the history of companies.
Yeah, the daily chart is like extremely bullish, but then the 1 minute and 5 minutes, it's like I can be like, fuck, I don't know what way it's going.
Yeah, it's kind of so. Yeah, it's really against fundamentals. But see how it's above the VWAP and the moving average now. This is bullish, and I'd be a buyer here.
And if you did that same fucking whatever mindset with SoFi, you've got both of them way below.
Yeah, so it's, you can bet that pretty soon it's going to at least, we'll see how it's pulling back to that blue one. It's always going to keep pulling back to that blue one. That moving average, like pretty much no matter what, it'll at some point come back in line with that. When it's below the VWAP is more bearish. When it's above the VWAP is more bullish.
But either one doesn't mean it's going to break out high, right? It's just,
no, you got to take all these things into consideration.
Right. Okay.
Puzzle together. This is one piece. The unusual activity alerts are one piece. The short reports are one piece. There we go, AMC. Atta girl. Give me a good halt on the way up here.
Well, that's SoFi. It's got a green candle for the first one in like 10.
Yeah, all of these are following like the same patterns, which tells you that this is pretty much purely algorithmic training done by like machines. These are just machines.
With crypto, like there's 5 or 6 that follow the same. You don't even know what chart you're looking at. They all look the same.
Yeah. But yeah, day trading is kind of boring. I just sit here and stare at the screen all day. I usually I don't.
Fucking headache 2 days in a row from this shit.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Your eyes start feeling like they're gonna fucking bleed out of your head, and
yeah, I started wearing glasses because I couldn't fucking focus.
Dude, I like going from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and being done. Just entering some good positions and not worrying about it, having confidence in my position and being done.
You know, I've been doing that with crypto, and I wanted to actually get your opinion on it with just Bitcoin, nothing else but Bitcoin. I only fucking day trade with 1/10 of what I have in there. So either way it goes, one way, I have enough to buying power if it drops. If it shoots up, then whatever, 90% of my portfolio is in there.
You're basically just day trading to get your average down, it sounds like.
I am, and I've got it down $4,000, which is kind of cool. But I'm only making about $50 to $100 a trade, which is great. I don't think it's too risky. I think it's kind of nice. Like I bought 1/10 of a Bitcoin today at 36.5.
That's essentially what I'm doing with this short position here. So like right now, I'm about to sell short. What Oh, that's for next week. I guess I probably should sell some for next week too, but I'm about to sell short. I like them for today because if it goes to 100, I don't have to worry about it. I still have my options if it expires worthless today at least. So I'm gonna sell. Damn, he's been dropping. I might just keep selling these 60s just because that's what I've been selling. I've been selling the 60s for about 250 bucks.
So you don't have to own the shares to sell, do you? You just
Oh,
got
you own the calls. So I own $45 calls that expire today. So you get deep in the money call. This is that poor man's covered call, deep in the money calls, and you sell out of the money calls on them. And when you have any play that's really high in premium, like AMC is right now, that's perfect play for it.
okay. I wonder what I mean, like you said yesterday, the intrinsic value and the volume has to be there to do it, but I wonder what fucking company I could try this on just to get my feet wet.
You could. I don't see why you're not doing it with AMC. Like, are you trading right now? Let's do it together. I'll walk you through it.
Okay. On Robinhood or Webull?
Doesn't matter. I mean, I use Robinhood for these trades. I've been using Robinhood for these. I like
So
it.
let's do AMC then on Robinhood. I'm on it right now. So
Sure. Right here, I just wait because it's just hugging that moving average, and then maybe put in a buy order for some $45 AMC calls that expire today for around 900 bucks. So $9.
okay.
And then just wait for that to get picked up.
You like this new expected profit loss from Robinhood? Or you think it's stupid?
I'm used to it. I've never paid any attention to it on any of the other brokers, so I'm not going to pay attention to it on Robinhood either. All right, so did that get picked up already?
You pretty certain this isn't going to waste another $900?
No, you'd have to hold it till close, and it would have to drop below 45 bucks. I mean, it's in the money. It's all intrinsic. It's just like buying 100 shares.
Okay.
That contract has full value right now. You know what I'm saying? If the market closed down right now, that contract would be worth $760. So
okay. Just got picked up.
and that's why we do it this way. And then you're gonna go sell, or you could wait a second, wait a second, wait for it to pull up here.
You bounce between Robinhood and Webull like I do then.
Yeah, I try.
use
Not to. I've gotten like all in on Robinhood just because I had all my SoFi in there and it blew up. I got like $100,000 return in there, so I just had a bunch of extra cash, and I was like, screw it.
Okay. You know, I use Webull for like charting, and then I'll run over to Robinhood and make the fucking trade.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that. I use Webull for all my charting. So just you could put in a sell order for the $60 calls for like 275 or something.
So just the limit price 275.
Yeah, or even like you might even be able to get like 3 for it or 290 or something in there.
You want to try 280?
Sure, give it a shot.
And it says minimum credit 280.
Yep, because you're gonna get $280 just for selling this call right now.
So it's just one call expiring today.
Yep.
Okay. Review order, day trading. Fuck yourself. Okay.
Oh, are you not allowed to day trade?
Not yet.
You're gonna have to. You'll have to
Yeah.
day trade this. If it lets you buy it though, you're allowed.
It says day trade warning. I think I have like 5 before they spank me.
Something like that, 3 or 5. Either way, that's why you keep Robinhood and Webull in case one of the accounts gets screwed. You can use that one.
Right. Well, if it pisses me off and I really like the strategy, I'll just throw enough in there to where I don't have to deal with their shit.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I had to do that a couple times in February, but in January I was pulling so much out it didn't matter. All right, so now that call should be getting picked up for 280 any second now.
Okay. Now, do you jump over to Webull and see like, okay, so AMC option sold, your order to sell one contract.
All right, so now you just got 280 bucks and you invested 90 bucks. So you have 620.
I invested, right? But
in danger essentially. Now, but of that 620, you have 770 of intrinsic value. So that means it's already there. So like you could close it right now and you'd be fine essentially is what that means.
So if I go back to the home screen here with Robinhood, you've got AMC $60 call, shows it's like $10 in the red. Or actually it's just going up. And then the AMC $45 call, it's a buy, is in the green at $13. So when would you close this out?
If it pulls back really hard, I'm going to close out that short call for $300. So if I can get the one you just sold for 280, if I can buy it back for like 200, I'm going to do that. And that's how I'm saying I'm doing it the same way kind of you're doing crypto and just kind of scalping these little profits left and right.
Okay.
It cranks, I sell them when it looks like it's about to start pulling back. And then when it pulls back, I buy them back and I just wash and repeat, just keep doing that.
Okay. So I'm still confused as fuck. I hope you don't mind.
Please.
The $45 call is just says one buy for a $45 call, right?
Yeah, because you bought one of them.
So are you saying essentially I just leave that alone?
Yes.
And then the AMC,
that's your 100 shares that you're selling covered calls off of, essentially.
Okay. And then the AMC, it says it's up $35 on that sell order.
Because it's dropped in price, so you've made that money guaranteed, because you could buy it back right now for 240 and it was 280 when you sold it.
Okay. And if I did that, aren't I in the whole 900 and something plus the see where
right. I do. So let's just walk through it right now. So it's pulling back a little bit. When it touches VWAP, put in a buy order for the $60 call that you sold. Well, this is gonna fuck you because I'm day trading like crazy here. So the scalps, I do like repeated day trades. So what you would do though is you would put in a buy order right now, and you would buy it back for $250, and then you would sit and wait, and then AMC would crank back up to 53 around there, and it would be back at 280, 300, and you sell it again. And then you'd wait for it to pull back, and then you buy it back, and then you sell it and buy it and sell it. And you just wash, rinse, and repeat over and over again.
So how can I not fuck myself by not day trading too much and then get stuck with this $900 call?
To do this strategy way earlier in the week and not on a Friday, or next week's calls. So for next week, I have $32 calls that I paid $22.70 for. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to sell ridiculously high, like $140 strike calls off of this for like $1,000.
Yeah, I like the strategy. I need to do a couple more before. What I don't want to do is just get fucked today because we did that expiration today.
Yeah. So next week's like how it's pulling back right now. You can buy a $32 call for around $22 right now, which is 100% intrinsic value, because if you cashed in on that call right now and you got the calls for $32, it'd be worth $2,000. So it's not 100%, but it's close. You're paying $200 a premium, and you're about to sell a call for way more than $200 in premium. So it's like, it's not a foolproof strategy, because AMC could go to 30 and you could be screwed on your call too. But if you keep wash, rinsing, repeating the short calls that you sell, you'll make that money back doing that, and it won't be as concerning. So then you have more balls to hold the call longer, because it's like you can't lose.
Okay. What would you do with what we just did if you were me right now? You just hang out and wait for a little bit?
Yeah, you have one bought and one sold right now?
Yeah.
I'll just wait.
And it shows the AMC $45 call that I bought is negative 65. I don't understand why. And then
because it pulled back a little bit. I think you bought it when we were at like 52. Okay. And so that call is going to be more sensitive. So it's going to move quicker. So like when it'll go up faster, when it goes down, it'll go down faster. The one you sold, not so much, because you're paying more for the time than the actual in the money. And that's the purpose of it. It's all smoke and mirrors. None of it's real, because that $60 call, if it expires right now, is completely worthless.
Okay. It shows that it's in the money, but
60? The stock's 52.
As far not in the money.
Or in the money, having you have sold it, because it's under 60.
It says it's short. It says plus $50. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, you made $50 on it so far.
Okay. And then the AMC, the $45 call says a minus $50. So
it makes sense. And this is how you hedge your risk. You limit risk, because when it drops, your short call and your long call lost money, right?
Yes.
Reality, your long call still has all that intrinsic value, and your short call still is worthless. you're still just getting paid for air with your short call, as long as AMC doesn't go to $60. In which case, you just capped out your long call at being able to make 1,500, which is double what you paid for it. So you capped your earnings at 100% and got free premium.
How long did it take you to figure all this out?
That's a good question. So like when I started trading, I would do day trading with penny stocks. And so I know like this strategy of day trading and like how to watch the VWAP and the moving average and the tape and strategize all that. And then when I started trading options and learning about spreads, I was just kind of like, why doesn't everybody just sell short calls off of these in the money long calls all the time? And then eventually I found out that there was actually a thing called the poor man's covered call. Most people do it a little bit long term, but I think the way that I use it to kind of day trade is kind of specific to me. I should like trade market or something.
No, I like it. That's just the same thing that I was doing with Bitcoin. Really understand that it was like a strategy, something like that, something that we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's pretty foolproof. I think I'm going to send this link to everybody in the chat because there's so many new people. They're all going to get furious with me if I don't talk to them for a minute and let them know if they're going to buy everything and then get screwed being dumb.
Right? What happened to those people you got out of the VIP? Is there another group for them?
Dude, no, I just kicked them.
Okay.
That's the good thing about not needing money, dude, is you can do whatever you want. If somebody annoys you, you're just like, sorry, dude.
Did you see that? I'll send you that Dana White video. That's just the attitude that everybody needs to have.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta suck it up, man. It takes iron balls. If you don't got it, it's just not gonna work, and that's cool. I'm just not gonna sit here answering your scared questions all day. My time is way more valuable than that.
This whole Robinhood account right now is a learning account for me. It can go to zero today, and I'm just going to go to the gym and lift. I don't give a fuck.
That's how to do it, dude.
So how would you get out of this whole trade today without losing money that we just did, the AMC? The only thing I'm asking is I don't give a fuck, but like, I don't want to like almost break even or make a little bit, but oh, you're fucked day trading.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me send this out and we'll go over it.
Okay.
Volatile. Do I not know how to spell that word?
They're blaming crypto on Elon Musk yesterday at 3:00. Did you read his tweet?
They're idiots. They blame everything. The news will blame everything on the wrong people. So they blame ANC on retail traders. They'll blame Elon for crypto. It's never that. It's always way deeper than they make it seem.
Yeah, they were actually on Twitter saying that Kathy Woods is probably on because she wasted $18 million. I'm like, I don't think that Elon has that much fucking power. You can tell it's kind of trading sideways, huh? Because the sell call isn't exactly positive of what the buy call is next.
Yeah, and that's for now. But as the time wanes on, unless it goes over 60, if it goes right to 60 at 4:00, that thing's worthless, and your other call is worth $1,500. So you made your premium and doubled your money.
Okay. Hopefully I don't forget about it and end up with 100 shares.
Unless it gaps up on Monday morning, then you'll wish that happened because that's what GME did last time.
That SNDL did that, and I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, I got some SNDL too, just for giggles. That shit's so cheap, it's not going to do much.
I'm still weird about that SoFi. Remember I sent you that? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, bought 100, sold 100 shares, like down $100 over it, but I didn't do either one of them.
Did you sell any puts or did you have any puts? You know, if you have puts and they exercise them, they'll sell the calls short for you or they'll sell the shares short for you.
No, I didn't know that.
Sometimes. That's what E-Trade does it to me all the fucking time. And I never mean it to. They always do it to me with SPACs that I'm using it as a hedge. So I'll have $10 puts on a SPAC and the SPAC will go to 980 or like 995 and I can't sell the puts because nobody wants them because nobody cares that much. And then they'll end up selling them short for me. So SoFi's got a nice bounce going here. All the focus is on AMC though. I want to talk as people come in here. I'll wait till everybody gets in here, but as people come in, I want to talk about that strategy I just went over with you, Jeff.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because I talk about it in the alerts and people probably have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
No, No, we don't. We don't. So
So I want
Call-
to make sure I teach and not just throw you under the bus.
I think it's almost like a bar napkin with a crayon with a lot of.
Even if it's just the alerts and they're not in a pit boss group yet. Oh yeah, I should have told them this was a pit boss preview. Got people hype.
It is crazy. I'm fuck 46, and it's hard to learn something new, especially something complicated like this.
Yeah, it's definitely complicated, and you're not the only one, man. It's hard for everybody.
I mean, your brain's right. That's what I'm good at. Jim's been doing that shit all the time. Don't exercise it; it goes to waste.
Yep.
And I have not been exercising it.
See, for me, it was an easy transition or translation from the business world to trading because so much of it is business, you know.
So that fucking AMC is just right. Well, the moving average.
Yep, the moving average and the VWAP are converging on each other, and that's a sign that it's either going to break up or break down. To me, it looks like it's going to break up. I might actually buy back those short calls that we were selling. So did you ever buy that $32 call, Jeff, for next week?
No.
If we were, what we would do is, I mean, you could still buy it now. It's $22.50 right now.
So what happens if VWAP crosses and ends up on top? Does that mean anything?
If you mean, so if the price goes under the VWAP?
No, like I've heard a lot about like the death cross. I don't think that's relative here.
I wouldn't. You don't have to worry about that at all with this trade because this is just pure momentum.
Okay.
But yeah, if the moving average was coming down and the VWAP was kind of skating up, then it's not really what you want to see here.
Okay. Because they got close right there for a minute, but now we got a green candle moving up.
Yeah, no, you want them to converge together like that. When they converge and then miss each other like that, they converge and then diverge kind of. That's perfect. This is great.
So now we got our second. Looks like it's moving pretty good.
Did you buy that call, that $32?
No. Fuck. There's $1,900 in my buying power right now. So
I was gonna say you better hurry the fuck up. For $1,900 here, we're about to grow that buying power really quick. Watch this. Let's go. June 11th. You got 1,900.
Yeah. Let me get my ass over to AMC.
Let's go. Let's go 45 for next week. There's 16.
Okay, June 11th, 45. Okay, 16. Okay.
Put in a buy order at 16 because it's going to pull back to that moving average and it'll get picked up.
So just buy. Nope, we're not doing cover call, nothing.
You're just buying it first. You're doing two separate transactions to create the spread.
Okay.
Buy the 45 at 16 here. Should have got picked up right there.
Spread. The option has a 70 bid ask spread. You may want to enter your.
Well, then you might have to go like 16. You just put 16, just see how it goes. It'll probably get picked up.
1605. That works. Okay. All right. We're either making money or low on the fucking wad here.
He'll be fine.
AMC option purchased. I'm officially broke as fuck.
Yes, no, you're about to officially not be though, because check this out. This is about to be sick. You're gonna love me. All right, now
day trades and saying you can't do this.
Click over. This isn't gonna count as a day trade. Click over to sell options now. Same thing. We're going June 11th.
Okay, so AMC. Let me go back to it. I was fucking off here. Day trade AMC. Set. Okay.
Now wait, because you see all you see all this green on the tape coming in.
Are we June 11th, right?
Yep, June 11th.
Okay.
And you're gonna sell $100 call for $600 for $6.
Sell 100. Okay. Continue. Good for the day. Done and done. Is that what you want?
Yes.
You pussy.
Okay, that's done.
600 buying power, right? Or you want
That
a
gave
second?
$971 buying power. Yeah.
So essentially what you just did by buying the 45 on the dip, what do we get that one for? 16?
Yes.
You bought that on the dip and you sold the 100 on a rip for 6. So your total cost was $1,000, right?
Yeah, I had 1900. Now I got 970. Yeah.
So, and 750 of that is intrinsic value in the call, in the option, you know, because it's already at 52 and you got a $45 call, because you want as much intrinsic value as possible.
Okay.
And of the option you sold, 100% of that is extrinsic value, meaning there's no value to it if it expires today.
Which it won't. Oh, next Friday.
Right. But in theory, it's worthless if it expires today.
Okay.
If AMC went to $110, well, first of all, your $45 call would be worth $6,500, 6,500, and the $100 call would be worth $1,000, and so your net return would be $5,500 plus the 620 that you just got for selling that, or the 600 that you just got for selling that. So it'd actually be $6,100. So if AMC went to $110, which would be a fucking miracle and it'll never happen, but you can quote me if it does and make fun of me and say I was stupid. I don't care. But if that happens, it would take a fucking miracle, and you would have only missed out on you would have only missed out on like $380 of potential upside, $400 of potential upside. You missed $400 and you made 6,100 by being super safe, and you're guaranteed that 600 no matter what. You already made that. That's done. That's in the bank, right?
Wow. This, like, it just blows my mind because I don't understand a fucking bit of it.
What specifically don't you understand?
Well, I think it's just too black and white for me. I've got these.
What we're doing is creating a spread.
Okay.
That's it. We're just doing it in 2 steps instead of 1. So normally if you open a call spread, you're buying a call at a certain strike and selling a call at a higher strike, right?
Yes, and I've done those before, so I'm okay with those.
So you just made a spread on AMC. You made a $45. You bought the $45 and you sold the $100. That's your spread. It's a 4,500 spread.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
That's all it is. It's something you're overcomplicating it somehow.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess what I would be asking now is how to get away from it.
So you do the reverse of what you just did. So you bought the call on the dip and sold a call off of it on the rip, right?
Yes.
You're going to buy the call back that you sold off of it on a dip and sell the call that you bought on a rip next week.
So you just keep doing this, just like I'm doing with crypto.
Yes, I do this constantly, and that's why I wanted to bring everybody on here from the alerts, because when you see me saying I'm buying deep in the money calls on AMC, I'm buying $30 calls on AMC, and then I say I'm selling $100 calls on AMC. Like some guys in the group I know tried to sell the $100 calls, but they didn't buy the calls first, so they couldn't do it because they didn't have approvals to sell short calls like that. I don't know if anybody has approval to sell short calls on AMC right now because it's so wild. I know a few brokers won't let you short it.
So you think that I probably ought to transfer enough money into the day trade then? Because
that's the way to do it. Yeah, because it's just constant profits, dude. It's just scalp.
I love the whole fucking theory, and I've been doing it on crypto. I guess I'm not setting a spread, but technically I'm spreading limit orders and then selling limit orders, making $100, $150 a pop, doing it 2 or 3 times a day.
Where are you doing that at? Oh, you're just doing that with crypto, you're saying?
Yeah, on Binance, right? And it's like the fees are super low anyway. So whatever.
AMC. Yep.
So something's going.
The alerts. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood what I was doing with the play. I asked you guys to mute yourselves. I appreciate that. But if you guys do have any questions, if we could try to unmute yourself one at a time, feel free to ask me any questions. Right now is your time.
So I got a question now too, but the AMC call that we did that expires today.
Yeah. You're gonna get hit with the day trade for it. Sorry.
And then the sell, which I don't care fuck about day
trade. Sorry,
trade.
Jeff. I didn't know you were poor. I'm kidding. But yeah, you'll just have to, and then the sell, you'll just gotta let that expire.
So let the sell expire. And then what do I do with the buy call?
Unless it goes to 60, and then in which case you can just close the spread at the same time and you'll still get it. You're gonna get hit with a day trade no matter what.
I don't care about that. So you think I should maybe let the sell expire and then try to sell the $45 call if it turns green?
Anytime I sell short calls, unless I'm just swing trading and scalping like I am right now, but typically my goal on that is 100% return on the short position. Meaning I don't think it's gonna go to that price.
I don't think it. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think AMC has a shot in hell of going over $100. I think it might touch $100 and then pull back real hard to like 50 again.
Dogecoin was never going to hit a penny either. Fucking.
True. That's a good point. I may have said that before. It was completely illogical that it did. And AMC, but you see the CEO of AMC just sold a whole bunch of shares.
Sure, absolutely. And it's just weird that my wife saw a fucking guy on the street corner the other day saying, hold AMC.
It's wild, and I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity.
Dude, 100%. 100%.
But I am not going to hold AMC ever. There we go.
I'm walking around in Utah, and it says on the sidewalk chalk, buy Dogecoin. What the fuck is going on with this?
I think that's why I bought it that one time. I think it crashed after that too.
It actually went up. I'm like, the sidewalk fucking fandom dude works.
Yeah, but these guys, man, on YouTube talking about it's going to 100K, it's going to $1,000 are fucking psychotic.
I prediction on Dogecoin at $1,500 a coin. I mean, that'd put $14 million in my account. I mean, I'm all for it, but come on.
Who's gonna buy a single Dogecoin for that?
Right.
And there's too much. They missed economics class in school. They missed the law of supply and demand. There's way too much supply for this shit. Here we go, baby. Let's fucking go, baby. One-way ticket to Craigtown, baby.
Oh yeah, that's fucking going up nice.
But you see how it's pulling away from that moving average? Watch, it's gonna come back and give it a kiss.
Yeah.
Watch. It'll come.
And so
I would sell right here, boom, at like 58.90, and then I would buy it back at 53.90, and then I'm gonna buy it back at 53 because it's gonna pull back to 53 any second. Now see that? Boom.
Okay, so I just tried to sell it, and it says you don't have enough shares of AMC for the collateral needed to sell AMC at $45.
Because you can't sell that call because you still have the other call short. You have to close the short position first.
Okay, what do I do there then?
I wouldn't close it at all right now.
Would you buy that sell call back? Is that what I have to do?
I would buy that back when it's plummeting or not at all.
Right.
I would buy that back when it costs $50 for that call towards like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you got to buy it first before you sell your fucking call.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
That's fine because they move with each other, and as long as it stays below 60, that call is worthless today.
Okay.
Your ones for next week, as long as it stays below 100, that one's worthless. And even if it goes to 100, see, the way I look at it with the spread is I sold $60 calls off of this. If it goes to 60 off my $45 calls, I was just buying for $700 or worth $1,500. So I doubled my money either way. What do I care? You know, making the spread is just a way to do it a little more safely.
Did I see that it's going like the $60 sell is when it loses money, the call gains money. So you could sit here really and buy it back when it's at zero and then sell your fucking call and make shit ton of money. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but what I do is I just continually trade this short position. So when the $60 call goes to cheap, when it's $50 or 50 cents, I buy it back. And then I sit and wait for it to crank again, and it'll go back up to $2 and I'll sell it again. And then it'll pull back and I'll buy it back, and then it'll crank and I'll sell it again. And it's just constant.
I'm actually doing it right now, pattern day trading. Go fuck yourself, dude. View account settings. I don't know if it'll let me do it.
All right. So somebody asked, Carmelo asked, thank you for asking questions, guys. I really appreciate that. It gives me good content to give the people. So to recap, we should buy deep in the money call, then buy a high call with an expiration a month out, buy the call on the pullback, and sell the call on the stock increase. I think you just misunderstood because you said buy twice there. So to recap, what you should do is you're going to buy a deep in the money call for the same expiration that you're selling a deep out of the money call. So, and you're going to buy the deep in the money call on a pullback and sell the deep out of the money call on a crank. This is how I essentially get options for free all the time. We were doing it with Tesla, Jeff, if you remember a couple weeks ago. I would buy a Tesla call, I'd buy like a $600 call in the dip, sell a 650 call for the same price that I paid for the $600 call because I'd sell it on a rip, you know? And by doing that, I was essentially getting all my Tesla calls for free. So that was lovely. And you'll bank the spread, but you'll also bank the premium. And thanks for cheating on your meeting with me. I appreciate that. I like that. Forget meetings. Money's more important. If the meeting's not making you as much money as this, forget it.
So this AMC $45 call, Evan, if this expires today, it's not letting me day trade. It's I think that sell I just bought back is the limit. So if this spot, does this price have to stay above for this to expire something positive for me today?
Though it has to stay above 45
Okay.
for the call to expire positive. And it has to stay below 60 for the short call to expire positive for you.
Okay. Well, I bought that back because I was just going to exercise it just for shits and giggles to learn how to do it and shit. But, so now I just got the call.
You bought back the short call?
Yes.
Actually kind of a good move if you did it around like 52 bucks, 53.
It did. It actually was like $2 in the green, whatever. But then I was going to immediately buy that or sell that call because it was like $100. And then it's gave me a big red fuck you.
Yeah, put some more money in there, dude. Quit being poor.
All right, right? Like, Jesus.
You should have made enough money off the past couple of days, man. Past couple of weeks.
Do you take Bitcoin?
Man.
All my holdings.
It's like payment?
No, I was just all my holdings is in crypto. So I mean, I have to transfer it over there. I don't hold a lot of money in the banks.
Yeah, I did that too. I mostly went to Ethereum though. Same thing with Ethereum. I'm just buying it. I bought a bunch at 1800 and then I've been buying it around whenever it drops below 2500, I'll buy a couple $100 worth. And whenever it cranks to like 3000, I'll sell it again. And I'll just do that large swings over days, not like a day trade. I'll just do that over a long period.
I am going to transfer money over because this was fun. But now it's just a waiting game to hope it closes above 45.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't play that game. I alert a lot of calls for people to be able to play that game if they don't have $25,000 in their account. But I could do it. The way I would do it is I would do it with the spread. I'm much more confident holding a spread overnight than I am holding a call overnight. Because if it crashes, then you make all your money off the short call.
Okay. I don't see
weekend for AMC with those $100 calls that I sold for next week. I'm going to keep selling those. And then on Monday, if AMC drops to 30 bucks, those $100 calls will be like cheap as fuck. You know, I'm going to be getting $500-600 bucks for those $100 calls today. I'll try. I was getting 1,000 for them yesterday.
Wow.
So, and the fact that people are buying same day calls today at $75, $20 are fucking insane.
Dude, I like throwing money away, but like on hot rods and shit.
I will take that donation every day.
Absolutely. I don't see the AMC dropping $45, but
yeah, but it almost did today.
So I've got $875 into this, even if it's, I mean, great lesson, even if I lose a little bit of money. So whatever. You got to pay to play, pay to learn.
Yeah, it's a big risk, but it's a huge reward because AMC could easily go to 75 bucks right now and you make $3 grand real quick.
I can't.
Is it for next week?
No, the remember the $45 calls for today. Then I got the same thing for next week.
Well, it'll close it for you at 3. So just hope that it's looking good at 3 o'clock, I guess.
Right. Even if I lose a little bit of money, I mean that's the name of the game. That's how we learn.
No, this strategy that we just went over will make you so much money. It'll definitely pay for itself. See, it's pulling back now. As long as it stays over that VWAP, we're bullish.
Okay.
Same thing. Over that VWAP, we're bullish.
And the same thing goes for crypto, you think, right? As long as it stays
No,
over
I
par.
hesitate to answer that question because I've traded crypto here and there. I've been invested in crypto for a long time, but I'm not so sure if the charts behave the same. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Okay.
All right, Tyler, thank you for your thank yous. I'm glad you appreciate the calls. Any questions you have, feel free to drop in here, unmute yourself and ask. Ryan asked, so I just don't really understand how spreads work at all. And is there a way to avoid the pattern day traders, Evan, if we only have a 6K in our account? Ryan, welcome to the Pitbull Alerts. I do not think that you have been here before. So I regularly drop this video and I recommend going to my YouTube channel. Option Trading Secrets is the name of the YouTube channel. It's also in the group, and in the Facebook group, I have a free course. I'll tag you in there for sure because it's in there. But I talk about how to get around the pattern day trading rule by using the strategy that I was literally just discussing. So Jeff, you can use the strategy that we just did to get around the pattern day trading rule. So let's say that you want to buy a Washington Prime Group call that expires 6/18. So you get a 250 call that expires 6/18, and Washington Prime Group shoots up to $6. And you're like, damn it, this might be temporary. Like I can't cash in on it. By tomorrow, I might be screwed because I can't day trade. This sucks, right? But what you can do is you can go sell a different strike call off of your call. So you could go, let's say you bought a $2.50 Washington Prime Group option that expires 6/18. You can sell a $5 call that expires 6/18 too. And so if you bought the option this morning on Washington Prime Group and then Washington Prime Group went up 6% and you're like, shit, I want to take profits, but I can't because I'm a pattern day trader, you would just sell an out of the money call on it that you don't already own. And that way you're able to take profits and not day trade essentially because it's too different.
Evan, can I do that with that AMC call right now?
You already did.
Well, I bought back the one I sold, but could
Right,
I
but
sell?
so you could definitely sell another one in order
Can I
to
sell?
I would
Yeah, I
wait.
can.
I'd wait. I'd watch the chart. Those above VWAP and above the moving averages pulling strong. I would
Okay.
sell. I would definitely sell another one. I might go higher than 60 this time. You might be able to get $200 for a $70 call in a minute.
Well, I'm actually, I have a $45 call, right, that I have that expires today. It won't let me sell it because I can't day trade. Can I actually sell the call that I already bought to get around the day trading?
That would be day trading. Oh, I get what you're saying. Like no, but what you could do, what would be really smart to do is you could probably sell the $50 call right now or the $55 call for like close to what you paid for the $45 call. This is what I was doing with Tesla. So if you sell a $55 call right now when it goes right to about $55, when it's like $54.50, sell a $55 call for the same price that you paid for the call initially, and boom, you've covered your initial investment.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
$5, you make $1,000 off the 45.55 spread, but you also make the premium that you sold the $55 call for. $1,000. So your investment was $0 because you bought a call for $1,000 and you sold a call for $1,000. So your net investment or net risk is $0. So if AMC goes to $40 and both calls expire worthless, you're fine. And if AMC goes to $60 and the call you sold expires in the money, you're fine because you have the other one to cover it. So there's really no way to lose this trade. There are very few 100% winning trades out there, but this is how to pull off one of them. Now, where it'll screw you is where I don't look at any of my other plays and notice that they've all plummeted. and so I need to figure out how I can take profits off that. Dude, with BlackBerry, man, I bought $15 calls and I was selling $24 calls off of them for the same thing I spent on the $15 calls a day before.
Wow. Actually says I can deactivate day pattern trading. So it'll probably let me do it to have that at least one or two fucking things, but
just be careful because you might get stuck in it. Although it could be a blessing, you might get stuck in it and then AMC goes to $150 over the weekend.
Right? It'll close it out for you when it's expired, right?
Oh, did you got the $45 one for next week, didn't you?
No, remember we did two.
All right. Do you have the $45 one for next week though?
What did I do next week? Yeah, $45 call for 6.
That's the one you want to sell calls short off of now. Sell $100 call off of that baby for a little bit. I'm actually going to
up too. We set up $100 sell call for that same 6/11 expiration.
Mhm.
I just don't want this fucking one to expire today. Shitty, but if there's no way around it, it is what it is.
I mean, you'll get paid for it either way. They'll just cash it out for you at 3 o'clock.
Okay. If it goes below 45, we'll just lose a little bit of money, right?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. It would take a lot of work for that to happen. I know the short's got a lot of shares available to short right now. A lot.
If you want to buy 45, you tell me to buy $46 call.
Wait, what?
If you want the price to go low, you tell me to buy a call at 45. It will hit 44.
All right. Can you discuss VWAP indicator? Why would a VWAP not be available for a security? That's weird. I don't know. Never heard of that before. Are you like trying to set up the chart and it won't let you add the VWAP? And then somebody wrote a really long question. I got to read real quick. I don't have the capital to be playing this AMC stuff. All my other positions have lost me $40 so far. I have quite a few open positions, no more buying power. I guess my question should be: I selling contracts faster since I have such a small account. I know you're mostly AMC spreads, and if that is the focus of this, then you can't breeze right over this. I just don't know what right now. Okay. Derek, have you taken my options trading course? Because that's why I created the course, was to make sure that everybody knew what to do. If not, MUD, SoFi. So second of all, if you're trading with a small account and you don't have it to lose, I would not trade this week at all. I wouldn't have touched anything this week. I've been announcing it throughout the week not to touch anything this week if you are on a tight budget, because this week is a madhouse. The market is completely unpredictable. I like very predictable trades. This stuff is fun. This stuff is exciting, but I like predictability, and this is not predictable.
Like being married.
So there's a girl in the group named Amanda. She said she has never had a loss with a single alert that she took with in Pitbull alerts, which is crazy because I have losses all the time. And the reason being, though, is because when she hits 20 to 30% return, she cashes in every single time. And if I had a small account, that's probably the strategy I would use, because you'll never lose and you will consistently build your account slowly but surely over time. And before you know it, you'll have 100,000 sitting in there. So I would sell quicker if I had a smaller account, less to lose, and was more risk tolerant. I would also use the strategy that I just went over and sell short calls. So like, for example, if you would have bought SoFi at a dip this morning, let's say you bought the 2250 SoFi calls this morning, and they were like 90 cents. They're probably like $1 now, so it's up 10%. But I'd watch the charts, and then maybe you could sell the 2250 calls for 90 cents. Maybe you bought the 2250s. Maybe you could sell the 25s for 90 cents, and then you get your money back that you initially invested. And you're good to go. AMC's ripping, though. I gotta check this out. Fuck yeah, baby! Woo! Let's go.
It is ripping, my friend.
Let's fucking go.
I agree with Amanda 100%. I just don't have the discipline to do it. I see 20%, and I'm like, come on, baby, go 22, and then it goes to 15, and I'm like, fuck, and then the next day it's like -10.
That never changes. It doesn't matter how much experience you got. That will continue to happen to you. Like,
it's just, I need that discipline, and I just don't have it.
You haven't lost enough money yet, Jeff. You lose enough money. That's where discipline comes from, losing money.
Give it time.
Yeah, Derek, you got to jump in my my portal, my course that I made for everybody. You will learn a ton from there. You'll be way more confident with what you're doing. It'll help you come up with strategies. If you have any questions about it, just reach out to me on Facebook. I answer. I don't answer fast, but I do answer. I was thinking about trying to figure out more. Yeah, so the thing about the 500% runners, guys, is if someone's running 500%, that call was a risk of losing everything for sure. So they're fun. They're definitely fun. But those yellow plays and those green plays are safe, and that'll make you consistent returns over time. Also, another way to use a smaller amount of money would be just to enter a spread to start. So instead of, especially with the premium so high on AMC, if you wanted to get in an AMC, it's actually really easy to get a cheap spread. So you could buy for today, for example, let's just say you wanted to ride this little wave up, trade options. We'll go to expiring next week. You could buy the $55 call for 1,400 bucks and sell the $65 call for 1,200 bucks. So it would only cost you 200 bucks to do a 55-65 call spread, debit call spread on AMC. It's cost you 200 bucks. Out of that 200, if it goes over 65, you're going to make $1,000 bucks. The only way you're going to lose is if it stays under 55. But if you're into playing those more risky, high return plays, spreads are going to be the way to do it for you. And that's why I say definitely check out my course. And that'll teach you how to do that for sure. Also, the Option Trading Secrets YouTube. You got 7 minutes and 50 seconds left. So there's more people coming in now. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left on this call. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Concerned about a wash sale. When I sell it, I lost discusses in the course. No, I'm not an accountant. If you're concerned with wash sales, talk to your accountant. I can tell you that I get raped by the IRS yearly. I signed up to be raped quarterly, so.
Like you just go to gym. There's enough expenses.
Dude, yeah, I ended up stopping taking checks as a CEO of my business because my tax bracket would be too ridiculous. So now I literally just in my business, I just find ridiculous ways to spend all my money on my business.
Absolutely,
taxes aren't too crazy.
That for bit.
I'm about to buy a fleet of buses for no reason. Why not? We have bad signage, so I figured I'd park the bus outside and I'm gonna paint my sign on the bus.
Did you ever drive to the Midwest? That's 100%.
Right. We actually have car logos on all. We have like magnets on the sides of our cars, Jeff. It's a good gym advertising strategy.
I have the same shit on mine. Every mile is written off.
You see this? Do you see how many shares are available to be shorted by AMC? The shorts can have their way with people. Well, actually, I say that, but I guess I'm not taking into consideration the volume because there's 1.3 million shares, but the volume's so crazy that can trounce 1.3 million quick. AMC's ripping, dude. This is all I ever needed in my life.
You know, it's one of the longest days when you've got shit riding and you just wait for that market to close, and it's like, oh, it's only 8
Dude,
o'clock.
Yesterday I was fucked. Yesterday I had all of my long calls. I had bought back all of my short positions when it was plummeting at the end, and I'm like, it's gonna pick back. It's gonna give me a green boy at the end here, and then I'm gonna sell some way out of the money calls and make bank. And that green boy, I even had the sell orders in, and they just never got picked up. So I was stuck holding these babies overnight. I was terrified. Not really. I made so much money this week. I don't care about anything.
I'm gonna really, really focus on this strategy.
It's foolproof, man. It's foolproof if you do it right.
That's the whole reason I'm doing this. I can break even and be fine the rest of my life just running the gyms and fucking off of real estate. But
yeah, me too. I have enough money to live for the rest of my life.
It's fun to me, right? But it's also very frustrating.
And I like helping people, man. Somebody messaged me on Facebook saying that they were a veteran, they're a disabled veteran who couldn't work or something. This was giving them freedom again, and they finally.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that gives me a reason to do it.
I still, though, you know what I mean? Like you lose $1,000, you still get pissed off.
1,000? No, I don't. If I lose 100,000, that's when I get pissed off, Jeff.
Right? Well, I hate to get
up
mad.
your comma game here in that Pit Boss group, man.
I can't wait to grow to lose 100 grand and be pissed.
I can't wait to lose $100,000.
But you know you will when you're in this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, the more you got to lose, the more you got to make. That veteran might have been me. I was up 2,000 today. So freaking happy. Derek, congratulations, man. Don't lose hope, man. That made me feel great, dude. And I see you got a smaller account, man. Play it smart. Start small, but learn. Focus on learning, and that's what's gonna take you to the next level, man. For real. If you learn first, then you earn. Cool, Derek. I really want you, man. Derek, circle back with me, man. Go take my course. I want you to go through it. It'll only take you 2 hours, man, to get through just about the whole thing. Go take it, and it'll be worth your time for sure. I promise you. Somebody asked what the Pit Boss is real quick. So yeah, Tiffany, I don't know about that selling the call and that you doing the TD Ameritrade and switch over to Robinhood. I hate telling people that, but so the Pit Boss program, basically the Pit Boss program is we do a lot more Zoom calls like this. We get together and we customize a strategy. So like Jeff's in the Pit Boss program and he came to me like, this is how much capital I got. This is what I'm trying to do. Now Jeff's a cool case because Jeff, his main goal was just to learn and to master. And that's what I love because, and then you just take some money and you set it aside that you're willing to lose and you learn and you master. But people come in with all different goals and all different budgets and all different ideas. So it's more of a customized strategy, whereas like the alerts are just, here's what I'm doing, figure it out. Here's what I'm doing, figure it out. With the Pit Boss program, I'll be like, here's what I'm doing. And Jeff will be like, so is that one that I should enter based on my play or is that dumb for me? How long you're like, you can ask questions as a back and forth chat. So you can ask questions with me all the time. We come up with a customized strategy for you. We hop on Zoom calls all the time. Supposed to be sending out weekly lessons with something new that I teach every week. Up this week because AMC took 100% of my attention. I'm apologizing to my kids, my parents, my wife, my dogs, because all I do is stare at a screen all day when this happens. But in January when this happens, funny story, I called AMC for the first time. If anybody's been with me this long, I called AMC at $2. AMC was supposed to be filing bankruptcy. It's gonna keep me short because it's 2 minutes left in the meeting. AMC was supposed to be filing bankruptcy, and I saw their huge short position. I didn't think they were going to file bankruptcy. This is the same thing I'm doing with Washington Prime Group right now. They announced they weren't filing bankruptcy. I heard that. I bought calls at $2.50, and those babies ran to like $10, and we were loading back then. And then we wash, rinse, and repeat. We did it to 15. And with the GameStop madness, when everybody else was trading GameStop, we were mostly just trading AMC because I did catch GameStop, but I caught GameStop as a side thought, kind of how I'm trading this other shit today, like the CCIV. That was just an afterthought. I saw some good patterns, so I entered, and now I'm not paying enough attention to it to do anything with it. That's how GameStop was. But for GameStop, I bought a $40 straddle, so a $40 call and a $40 put, and the $40 put worth it was with like 1,000% return, even though the price went up because the IV went so high. If anybody's holding Washington Prime Group 250 calls, you might want to take some profits there and roll them into 5s for 716. AMC just looks like it's not stopping, so I would just keep popping here. For those people who are new in the group, let you know that this week is not typical. I'm typically giving more diverse plays and able to explain more and talk more, but I have been laser focused on this right here. Thank God this is going in the right direction. I hope everybody is doing as well as I am with it. And if not, feel free to reach out and ask me questions. I'm gonna hop off of here because this meeting is going to end. I'll also try to upload this to YouTube and send out the recording to everybody. If anybody's interested, anybody learned anything, feel free to reach out with questions to me privately on Facebook. Yeah, that's what I got. So peace. Good luck.
I'll put Facebook today.
All right.